Hey everybody, welcome back to another Triple Hound video, and we are making another couple of custom Fortnite skins and presets here, and we got a request to make Captain Planet in the Planeteers, and so we thought we'd give it a try. I haven't thought about Captain Planet in a long time, but I thought it was a really cool request, so I gave it a whirl, and there are a couple of different sort of choices we had to make with his outfit, which of course you can see on the screen right now, and I will walk you through some of the different options that we thought about. So if you wanted to make your Captain Planet a little bit different, by all means. We also did a couple of the Planeteers. The Planeteers basically were just kids wearing Carhartt as far as I can tell. So there are some ways that you can go about making them if you wanted to sort of create some adult versions of the Planeteers, and I will give you at least the guidelines for that. I'm not going to get into a real deep Planeteer making here, but I'll at least talk about the Planeteers a little bit. So with that, let's get into how we made Captain Planet and to a lesser degree a couple of Planeteers. For Captain Planet himself, we used the Wanderlust skin as suit pattern Intrepid, hairstyle B, eye mask off, and belt on. What we really kind of grappled with here was the suit pattern and which suit pattern to choose. Captain Planet has sort of this red coloration that goes over his chest and shoulders, and then he's got sort of the stereotypical superhero underwear on the outside of your pants thing going on that's also red. So we had to decide really between Intrepid, Stalwart, which kind of gets the lower half of his body right, and then Bold, which is kind of a compromise. It's a little bit less on the top half of his body than we get with Intrepid, but it's maybe a little bit closer to the actual amount of space on the real Captain Planet's body the red takes up there. And then it gives him a little bit of red around his hips, which I guess gets a little bit closer to what he had as well. So this is right from the waist down. This is, I think, more right from the waist up. This is kind of a compromise. So certainly if you're making your own Captain Planet at home, you can kind of decide between these three choices. I ultimately went with Intrepid. Primary material is cloth. Primary color is brick red. Secondary color is light blue, and the secondary material is also cloth. Accessory color is black. He seems to have a black belt in the pictures that I was able to find. No eye effects or eye color. Skin tint, you want to use steel blue. Maybe you like baby blue better, but to me it was too bright. So I went with steel blue, and then the hair tint of green. Another option down here is dark green, which I actually think is probably closer to the color we're looking for, but because it's a tint, it's so faint on his otherwise dark hair that I don't think it stands out enough. So I went with a regular green, which you can see better. And then for the sticker, we went with Sunshine because it's, you know, a yellowish orb that we put in the middle of his chest. If you've got something else that's a yellow / orange circle that you can put there, more power to you. Definitely, you know, use whatever you want. But that's as close as I could get to, ironically enough, the Earth that's usually on his chest. Fractured World was the back bling. It's sort of the Earth exploding. I guess I'm going to go with the justification that he's trying to stop that from happening. There is another back bling that I don't have that I could recommend to you, and it's the Globy back bling that comes with the Eco skin. It's like an Earth Day type skin that Fortnite put out at one point. That is probably better than this one, but this was the kind of the Earth that I had, so that's the one I went with. I used the Ivy axe. It's the Poison Ivy pickaxe from the DC character, the Batman villain. Basically just because it's a plant, and as you're going to see here in a second, I kind of went with earth and plant related things as my primary theme. Similarly, I used I think this was a Season 1, Chapter 8, Victory Umbrella, the palm leaf, clovers as a contrail. I know garland is another one you can use. It's a little bit more holiday than I was looking for. Plus there is a vine contrail that some people have. I don't have it, but certainly that's another option there. My wrap was sap, which is the Groot wrap, and it just kind of turns whatever you're using into wood. Then I have wholesome emotes like kite, you know, taking advantage of Healthy Wind. Warrior Prepares, where he's sort of interacting with the sand and the earth. Clean Sweep, because he's doing his part to clean up. And then the GG Jellyfish, you know, again, he's looking for healthy oceans and whatnot, and he's being wholesome about it by saying GG to somebody. I don't know. So those are the emotes I picked. And frankly, I'm relatively happy with Captain Planet here. I kind of went into it not really sure how I was going to be able to pull this together, but I actually think he kind of looks the part, and I really like how his preset came together. I thought I was able to find emotes that I think make sense for him. I can't always find emotes. You know, superheroes I frequently just give fighting poses and stuff too, but these I thought were sort of perfect thematic Captain Planet emotes. Now I'll show you what I tried to do with the Planeteers, and it's just a couple of them. I promise you I'm not going to get into all of the Planeteers. So for instance, I used quick change to make kind of a Kwame. And again, most of these characters are just sort of kids that have like collared vests on over t-shirts and like cargo shorts. So using these outfits here, like quick change is the one I've got in front of you, but there was a series of outfits that came out in which they had collared t-shirts really with whatever wrap you wanted to apply to them. It would be the coloration of that shirt. And I think that series of skins is the right one for the Planeteers, because then you can try to match up the colors of the original Planeteers, you know, vests, I guess, with the color, the wrap color that you would use on these guys. So I used quick change here for Kwame, who's the earth element. I'm not really going into a deep preset, although you probably would want to get him the Phantasmic Pulse pickaxe to kind of indicate a power coming off of his ring. For this guy, I used the regular primary color of black because he doesn't have any kind of a funky hair color really at all. And I used the wrap of Twinkly, which is a relatively recent holiday wrap from this season. And obviously he's not like a Christmas character, but he has a light green collared vest with kind of red highlights and stuff. So if you kind of ignore the fact that there are twinkling Christmas lights all over it, the light green and red colors combined, their powers combined, if you will, is kind of the right mesh up for him. Another one of those skins is the Wrap Recon skin, and I used Wrap Recon to make Wheeler. I gave Wheeler primary color of red to give him red hair. He's the fire element dude, and I gave him the Sap wrap. It's the one we just talked about. That was the wrap that goes with Groot, because he's got kind of a light brown collared vest thing on. So again, you know, if you just want to go through these characters here and try to find the hairstyle that is closest to the Planeteer that you're looking for, and the vest slash t-shirt color wrap that matches the color of the Planeteer you're looking to make, I think this is really the key to making all the Planeteers, is to use these guys and try to get their hairstyle and shirt color as close as possible to the Planeteer you're looking to make. I'm not going to go through all of them. That's at least Kwame and Wheeler, Earth and Fire, and I'll kind of leave you guys to your devices to go make the rest of them using these customizable skins. And that is how we made Captain Planet, and at least got you started on some Planeteers. Thank you so much for the request. I thought it was a really good request. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at TripleHound. And use code TripleHound in the Fortnite item shop and Epic Games Store. #ad. That's all for today. Bye-bye.